Do you know how frustrating it is to feel like you should be doing something different with your life, but you don't know what that is, and you are so tired of trying to figure it out? If that sounds like you, stick around because I'm going to share with you a simple little secret that helped me discover what I was born to do, and it really is the reason why I sit before you now. In my fervent quest to find the answer, I did all the things. I read books, I listened to podcasts, I studied human design, I studied astrology, I had my chart read, that was amazing. Calculated my life path number, what else? Pulled numerous tarot spreads and begged God on my hands and knees for clarity. As you can see, I was trying everything and I was desperate. That was until the night I accidentally consulted with a medium and had the opportunity to ask him some questions. And I want to tell you guys a little backstory here. Some of you may know, but back in December of 2022, I walked away from my career, from 3 decades of building a life. And I guess that, leaving something like that, leaving my career, and when I left, it really came down to the fact that it was going to be either me or my job, and I had to make a change. That job took everything out of me, required way too much. The juice was definitely not worth the squeeze. I took 99% of my life force energy to be able to do the job. And so leaving that job just kind of fueled the fire of my desperation of feeling like I needed to know where I belong in life. And so a few weeks ago, I had the opportunity to go to this group mediumship reading. It's really just using that as a way to kind of explore my options. I haven't yet talked about that on this channel, but I do have some spiritual gifts that I've had pretty much my whole life. And part of going forward with what I want to do and what I feel like I'm being called to do, I was like, maybe that's something I should explore. So it came up that there was this group mediumship reading, and I went with the sole intention of speaking to the medium. I really wasn't interested in the group medium reading because I have my own connection to the other side. So I wasn't going there for that, but I wanted to be able to talk to this guy. I wanted to ask him questions about how he got his information and maybe if he could point me in the right direction for a mentorship program. But what ended up happening was at the end of the night, at the end of the mediumship reading, and I did have someone, my grandmother did come through and give me some confirmation, which was really great. I was happy that I went for that. But at the end of the group reading, he asked, or he told everyone that they could ask, specific questions. And so of course, I had my hand up and you know what I asked, right? Of course, I asked him, what is my life purpose? And without a moment of hesitation, he said to me, whatever you decide it to be. And let me just tell you, in that moment, I heard the angels sing. I could not believe it. Like, I was just like, what? A weight lifted off of me. The confusion and frustration and all of the feelings that I have had around this for years just instantly dissolved. I was like, what? I get to decide? I'm not gonna lie, I actually had to take some time to mull that over because it was a really simple concept and it was a hard pill for me to swallow that it could actually be that simple. Like, I feel like I walked around for a while, a couple days, just like, really? And then I remembered back in February when I had my chart read, Lynette told me the exact same thing. In fact, I could hear her voice in my head saying, Vanessa, it's whatever you decide. And for whatever reason, at that point, even though I can hear her saying that in my head, I just didn't believe it. And so what? It's taken like 6 more months after that for me to have to hear it from somebody else at a different time. And this time, I got it. So then I was like, okay, well, let's go then. And I just made the decision to start doing the things that I wanted to do. And so here I am. This is one of the things that I've always wanted to do. This is the thing that makes me feel most like myself. And when I figured out that there was no fairy godmother going to come and tap me on the shoulder and give me a title, I knew I had to get to work. I knew I had to get busy, and I knew I had to push play. That's why I'm sitting here today. At this point, you're probably like, well, yeah, Vanessa, that's all well and good for you, but how do I find my life purpose? And let me tell you, as I've since learned, your life purpose is nothing more than a list of thoughts and feelings and beliefs that you have about yourself. You get to decide what those things are. And you also get to decide what you want to offer the world. And I know this might be a really hard concept for you to wrap your head around. I know it was for me. And I've had a long time now, many months to mull this over. So if it's something that you're having trouble like wrapping your head around, that's okay. The first step is just digesting that concept. So the bottom line is you find your life purpose by deciding what that is. And in next week's video, I'm going to talk more about getting clarity on what that really means. So be sure to like and subscribe so you get notified when the new video drops. And in the meantime, if you want one-on-one coaching, please sign up for a free life alignment session on my website linked below. I'll see you in the next video.